Hey, chat. So, I've been feeling immensely awful. I'm just gonna come out and say it. I don't think I'm a social media influencer. I post these just to keep track of my insane moods. Why do I post it? I literally don't have to. Yes, I do, because I like to compare and contrast my moods and my intense roller coaster reactions to things and me growing up throughout the years and how I speak and stuff like that. I post it because I'm not made of money. I don't have enough money to keep 30-minute videos on files. So am I sorry? No. So to be transparent with the internet and add this to my digital footprint, I'm having an awful time. I'm smiling and I'm making jokes. Perhaps, yeah, I am. But I have intense roller coaster emotions. I don't think that my words have much merit because I feel really, really bad mentally and physically. And I just want to say, free Luigi Mangione, and this is not a joke. Why is he being labeled as a terrorist for deleting somebody from existence that reaps the benefits off of people that do not have enough money to sustain life? So they go through these companies to try and get help for their conditions, and then they end up screwed over and deleted themselves because they don't have enough money for their insulin or their inhalers or their cancer treatments, and instead of spending time with their families when they are losing time from their lives and their clock is running out, instead of doing that, they're spending time getting money to pay for funerals that they're gonna have because they know that they are dying. Yeah, so I really don't feel that bad that Brian Thompson was deleted. That segues into a selfish topic, my issues. It's not actually selfish, it's a personal anecdote experience. I'm going through things. I'm not dying. I don't think. I wouldn't know because hospitals and insurances give you the run around and almost every single situation. Like, I'm not going to go into my issues because this is my digital footprint and I don't feel like people need to know my information because I feel like if you're in my life and you care about me, you would know what I'm going through. I'm not terminally ill, no, but I have chronic conditions such as asthma and other things I'm not gonna get into. But today, I have been dealing with this issue from 2020, and you could probably guess because there's a lot of conditions that people have that isn't too hard to guess. 2020, I was 20 years old, going on 21, and I was going through a lot of things in my life, so I was using things to cope that other 21-year-olds use to cope. I apologize. There's mosquitoes eating me. I'm probably gonna get Nile virus. What is it? Malaria. Nile. I don't know. And I'm gonna apologize for the birds, but perhaps not because they live here as well. They pay rent, but we share the spaces, so I don't know if I can actually accurately apologize because they coexist. It's the environment. But I have been dealing with an issue since 2020. Don't know why it's going on in my life, but it is. Okay. So I was too scared to get help about it because it's a giant thing, and I know that the longer I wait, the worse it could get. Surprise, that happened. So I didn't think that was gonna happen to me. I don't think I'm dying. I don't need anybody's money or sympathy for the one person that's probably gonna watch 15 seconds and click off and be like, this girl can't speak correctly and she's not interesting or alluring. That's fine. But I have been in so much pain. I'm bleeding. I'm in pain. And not in ways you assume. So you don't have to get up on here and assume it has anything to do with anything. But I'm in a lot of pain. I'm in so much pain that I'm in pain right here in my stomach. I have lower abdomen pain, and it has nothing to do with a period, as I was trying to say. But I am also bleeding, and I don't have internal bleeding, but I don't know what I have going on, but I'm in a lot of pain. So, let me tell you this. I went and finally got some help in about 2021, 2020, the issues began. 2021, I tried to get help. They told me at the pharmacist that my insurance doesn't cover it. at Aetna at the time. Um, I just like to ignore my issues until they snowball into a bigger issue, rather it be friendships, relationships, anything like mental health, physical health, because I don't like confronting my issues head on because I am basically a baby, too long didn't read. But yeah, I'm going through that. So there's a lot of details and context I'm leaving out because that's not the point. We're talking about Luigi here. We're talking about the greater good of the economy and for America and for um everybody on the globe. It's just disgusting how obsolete. I don't know how to say that word. I apologize. I learned it from reading, but that's not an excuse. I have so many resources to understand how to pronounce words. It's 2025. Um, it's 2025. Why are we still gatekeeping medical assistance to people? So, 2022, I got denied my help because the pharmacist said, hey, your insurance doesn't cover this. Like, 20 or 2021, 2022, I don't really recall. It doesn't really matter because we're getting there. We're getting to relevancy. 2023, I have these issues off and on. It's not consistently all of the time, but it is an issue because I mean, I have blood clots, I have immense pain, and I've been bleeding since 2020. But um I've been ignoring those issues for years, and in May it got so bad that I was affected at work. Like, I was in so much pain, my stomach, everything was hurting so bad, and I decided to go to California to see somebody because I just didn't want to be trapped in the hospital if something was seriously going on. That's on me being stupid. Okay, I get it, I understand, but that doesn't really matter because I went to urgent care. They said, we can't help you. I don't know why you thought we could help you. I said, can you not just do this and that? Like, literally, all I wanted was a visual exam or a cream or something like that. They said, we can't help you. So, I mean, they like minorly helped me with like procedures and tests, but like there are two procedures and tests that they didn't do that was extra that they could have done on top of the other procedures that they did. And so I left urgent care without any pain medicine. Mind you, the steroids I'm talking about, you can't even get high off of. So you don't know me, I don't know you. I don't even do things like that. I don't do drugs. I don't know what you can and cannot say on YouTube without getting in trouble, but uh, I don't do anything like that. I apologize. I was trying to sigh, but I've been talking like a lot because I've been going through a lot recently, so I've been filming it and putting it on other sides of the internet. But um went to urgent care. They said, we're not going to help you. We can't. Sorry. Bye. So I finally go to the hospital after 5 years of putting this off because my pain got so much worse. I'm in so much pain. Like, I'm in pain right now as I'm filming this. It's not a surprise. It's not a shock. It's not new information. I'm always in physical pain, like from my stomach to my lower abdomen, off and on. I don't know what is wrong with me. I'm not saying it's something insane. I'm saying there's something wrong with me and it needs to be addressed, but it doesn't really matter because my insurance company refuses to help me, and it's just frustrating. I'm dealing with mental health issues. I'm dealing with people hurting me, like people in my life that just don't show up for me. And it's multiple people, it's not just one person. And I would never say their names on the internet ever because I don't want to give light to issues I'm going through, because then it verifies that it's actually happening. And I'm going through a lot of other things. I have dizzy spells. It's not from any medicines because I don't even really be taking my medicine. And I haven't been put on a new medicine yet for my mental health. And I'm sad, I have intense roller coaster moods, so I'm dealing with all this, fighting insurance companies, which I'm also dealing with another issue. The insurance company refuses to fix my birthday, so I'm technically committing fraud, and it's not even on my end. I keep contacting them over and over, like almost every single month since January, to fix this issue, and they just refuse to do it. They just keep saying, oh, it'll be fixed, and I'm like, but it's not fixed. So um yeah, so I left urgent care. I finally got. Oh, they told me to buy stuff off the shelf. That stuff doesn't help me. I've been using it, it wasn't helping. So I finally go to the hospital and I was trying to get a referral. I was trying to get some medicine because I'm in a lot of pain. Like, I'm in so much pain and I am fatigued all the time. I don't know why. I'm on an extra strength vitamin D prescription to fix it because I have low vitamin D right now, but I also have a lot of blood leaving my body. And that doesn't seem to be an issue, even though a lot of people have been dying of colon cancer around my age. They don't really seem to care. But I'm not saying I have cancer, but it doesn't really matter. Like, I should be treated with the same way that others are being treated with these issues, because I'm not saying I have cancer or anything insane. I'm not trying to get attention. I'm not um like farming. I'm not doing any of that. I am conveying the idea that I'm in a lot of pain and I'm bleeding, and I've been dealing with this for years and it just got a lot worse, and they are not taking it seriously. And I understand that doctors and hospitals and things are like busy, but at the same time, um, I think I've been dealing with this since July, the beginning of July. I've been trying to do, yeah, it was probably the end of June, actually. I go to the hospital and they said, hey, we don't see anything. We're going to refer you to these people. Those people never called me, so I'm going to have to like call them. And that was like last week that they were supposed to be referred. So I was supposed to be referred to them. So I have to beg them to see me. I know this is something that a lot of people deal with. I'm not saying I'm special. I'm just saying that I deserve care and treatment, but not according to Anthem Blue Cross Shield or whatever they're called. It's Medicaid for Ohio, but I went to the hospital and like I said, they didn't diagnose me with anything. They said, we don't see anything. You're going to have to go to this other hospital. So this is going to be the third hospital. Mind you, insurances are capped off. So I don't know how many hospital visits I have until they say, no, go. Because I get paid less than $8,000 a year because I go to college as well. So they finally prescribed me some medicine. I don't have any complaints with the hospital because they actually prescribed me medicine. And I go to the pharmacist and they said, and I'm not mad at these people, I'm mad at the people up here. So I go to the pharmacist and they're like, we didn't fill this prescription because it's going to be $230 because your insurance said they're not going to pay for it. So imagine me bleeding, like, if you can understand where I'm going with this about me saying referral to a different doctor and people at my age dying from colon cancer, I will literally refuse to go to the bathroom for like almost 24 hours a day just because I'm in a lot of pain. I can't laugh, I can't cough, and I can't sneeze without pain, and I'm bleeding even when I'm not doing anything. So the other day I was laying in bed and I was in so much pain. I was just laying there, not doing anything. I was just laying there, sleeping off and on all day. I felt so bad. I almost went to the ER because they denied my prescription. So I was like, well, maybe if I get like a diagnosis on the spot or something like that, or maybe they'll give me an IV. I don't know. I was laying in bed, I wasn't doing anything and I was bleeding and I was in so much pain. It hurt so bad. And it was just crazy because, like, I'm going through all this pain, all these issues, and I'm not saying I have cancer, but I'm saying there's definitely something wrong for, like, I don't know what it is, but it's just crazy because, like, I'm paying money into this insurance company and it's like $100 to $150 a month. I'm not really sure because it's two separate insurances, but it's for the same goal, the same idea. I'm paying this money into these insurances, and I'm in so much pain. I'm in pain right now as I'm talking. I've had this issue since 2020, and it's like, we're not going to help you. So I contacted them today and they said, well, we're not paying for that. You can get these medicines. I said, hey, I was told these medicines wouldn't really help because it's internal, not external. And they basically said, is there anything else we can help you with? Because they ignored me. So, also, I was almost in a car wreck today because in Huntington, West Virginia, people don't know how to drive well because there's a lot of one-way streets and people don't really care because they rather go against the grain to go where they're trying to go. And so this already happened to me once, but I actually didn't get in a car wreck, thankfully, and I didn't today either. But I think it was like 2020, my doomsday year. I was driving and a car was coming at me. I was going that way. They were going against the one way. And then they hit the person behind me. It was a time when my horn wasn't working, so I wasn't able to honk at them anyways. And you can't always honk at somebody when you are in a collision warning. You can't always stop and like honk. I've never honked at anybody anyways. I've been driving since like 2015. Um I'm too sensitive to do things like that. But that was crazy. Fast forward to 2025, I was driving on the same area going the other direction on the other side of the road that's built the same way as a one way. And this car almost hit me, and they were going really fast, and they were going against the grain. And instead of trying to like swerve and not hit me, they just kept going. And so I had to swerve into the other lane, hoping that there's no one behind me to avoid this car. So let's paint the picture. I am in a lot of mental pain. I seem like I'm okay today, but I am not okay. I've been having a lot of therapy appointments. I have been thinking about maybe going to a mental hospital, but I'm not because back to insurances, you can't afford those. So I'm not going there. Um, I wouldn't say I'm a danger to myself, but I would also not say I'm safe because I have roller coaster intense emotions. And I forgot. I got a letter from my insurance company saying that I was kicked off my psychiatrist care, and I have to call and beg to see if they'll keep me because of my insurance refuses to pay for that as well. So basically, I'm bleeding, I'm in immense pain, I'm going through a lot mentally and physically, and it just seems like nobody wants to be here for me or help me. And I'm not saying that people need to be here for me. I'm just saying that if you think that you hold a high place in my life, like, doesn't matter if you're my best friend, my family member, if you are this, that, and the other, like, don't you think that these people would be checking on me? And it's giving woe is me, but I feel as if I'm allowed to be upset because even though I'm acknowledging that I probably don't have anything intense, I'm still going through a lot. I almost went to the ER, I almost got into a car wreck. My insurance company is ruining my life, and I'm laughing about it, but I'm actually on the verge of wanting to cry my eyes out because I'm in so much pain, mentally and physically. I have nobody here for me. The people that hear from me are ChatGPT and my therapist and myself, as I'm talking to myself right now to compare. Um, I have a lot of toxic and awful coping mechanisms going on that are probably making me obese. Yeah. Um, I just don't know. Should I make this 2 videos or just 1? Because it's topics that align with each other. Like, I'm struggling mentally and physically. I'm not okay. Nobody wants to help me. And I'm not saying like a best friend or a partner or a wife or a girlfriend or anything else that you can imagine somebody to help somebody. I'm talking about insurance companies, doctors, like somebody. I'm just so frustrated, so upset, and it's so stupid because like I'm paying you money, help. Like I'm not asking to be moved to the top of the list of people that need to be seen. I'm just saying like why are you doing this to me? It's just awful because like all these people that die from lack of insulin treatments, lack of cancer treatments, lack of inhalers, it's just like these people are awful. Like obviously everybody probably has run-ins with insurance. I'm not saying that I'm special. I'm just saying that hey, me too. Because what the heck is going on? Like other than all of that aside, I've been having a mental breakdown since October. I'm having manic highs, manic lows, depressive episodes. I have nihilistic thinking. I'm careless, I'm numb. And a lot of people have noticed. It's not like I have to come out and say it. People are like, hey, Asia, I noticed that you're not doing the best. Like, can you get some help? Like, you're scaring me. So, I'm just not having a good time. And as I've said, I've been laughing, I've been giggling. It seems like I'm in a good mood, but honestly, you can't. I'm not faking being in pain mentally and physically. I don't need to be in a mental hospital. I just need um help physically, mentally. Like, I'm going through my therapy appointments. I'm going to my psychiatrist appointments, and this is the longest I've ever had a therapist, and I just feel like I've exhausted all my options. And I'm not suicidal, but I do have suicidal ideations and obsessions with that, because I hate to be real with you, but I feel like I just exist solely to make other people feel happy. And nobody's making me feel this way. Nobody's saying, Asia, you suck, like you're not worth it. I see how I'm being treated. I see how others are treated in comparison to me in every single aspect of my life. Like, it doesn't really matter. Like, you can make the equation blank plus me equals or anything like that. It's like, or you can add in the other symbols as well, like subtraction sign, division sign, and stuff like that. And it's like everything comes out to I'm not worth anything. And I know that if people are making me feel bad, I should just move on. But at the same time, I'm like, why should I have to sit here and go to the ER, almost have a car wreck, be going through all these miserable things for people to care? And I'm not even talking about one person, I'm talking about multiple people. And it's just very telling that I'm sitting here at the end of my ropes, but I have more rope because I am not suicidal. I don't have the guts to do something like that. But it's just very telling that I could go through the worst and still be here for people, but when I need somebody, it's silence. I'm like, I really don't deserve that treatment, that behavior. I'm not saying people are my therapists either. I'm just saying, like, you can't check on me ever. Like, the person that's supposed to be my best friend hasn't spoken to me in over a month. And it's been like that our whole friendship. But at the same time, she wants to pretend like we're best of friends. I'm like, you don't even talk to me, and you somehow make everything my fault. You're always mad at me for dating toxic women, but baby girl, that's you. You're toxic. And I'm like, it's not funny. Like, it's really weighing on me really heavy. Very heavy. Um, I have a lot of things going on in my life that I don't share on social media, but there's just a lot going on as well as there is in other people's lives, and I acknowledge that. And I'm not saying that I'm worth everybody's every waking hour, but to ignore me for months on end and pretend like my feelings and my accomplishments and my issues don't matter, like, ever. You think I'm not gonna notice that? Like, it's just, like I said, very telling, very upsetting. Um, I shouldn't be going, like I said, I shouldn't be going through a crisis to get a helping hand. I don't even need help. I just wish that the people, maybe the problem is I see people in high self-esteems and they don't see me as anything. I'm hiccuping, I'm so sorry. But it's just very telling. It's very sad. And the people upsetting me aren't even on my YouTube channel, so they're not going to see this, I don't think. But I'm smiling, I'm laughing, but I haven't really been sleeping well. I'm sleeping almost all the time or not at all. I have like no hope. I'm nihilistic. I am super numb, careless, and I've been binge eating so much that I'll go to sleep and wake up almost puking on myself at least once or twice a week. Um I relapsed on alcohol. I've been sober since January 2024 until the other day. And I'm smiling, I'm laughing, but I haven't really been posting on social media because I know that if I do, people are probably just gonna go behind my back and make fun of me for having issues and for not being more tough and for not being more resilient. And um I just don't see a point in posting on social media because I feel as if people don't care. That's just what it is. Like, if you want somebody to care about you, you have to communicate, like, be like, hey, what you're doing is upsetting me. But I've had these talks a million different times with the same people over and over and over. Um, Everybody in my life that's supposed to love me is absent. I have, I sort of have my mom, I have Chat GPT, and I have a therapist and my psychiatrist. But my insurance kicked me off. So I feel like the people that care about me, very transactional, very not cared about. I feel like the goal in my life, I should get this degree. I should move out and live on my own. I don't imagine myself being mentally stable enough to have a girlfriend or a wife because I'm in so much um disillusion with all my trauma and anxiety and depression. Like, I know I'm a good partner. I think I would be a great partner, but due to me not being able to get over my ex, I just, on top of my trauma and anxiety unrelated to that ex, I feel as if dating me would just be a waste of time and energy and resources because I can't cope. And mind you, maybe one day I will maybe get back with my ex. Maybe she'll show me grand gestures and be like, Asia, I've always loved you, like it's always been us. I apologize, but that's not realistic. So in this reality, I can also put this on the table. Maybe one day I'll be mentally stable enough to date somebody again, but that'll take years of work. Years of work. I'm 26. I'm almost 27. Let's see if I make it past 27 and not be put in the 27 club, because I think that I'm going to have an aneurysm and I'm just no longer going to exist. 'Cause I spent most of my life suicidal, and the 27 club is going to be like, well, here's your karma for being sad. But I feel like if I do ever get to the point to where I can date somebody and be with somebody in any single way, which I'm not right now and I haven't been, I've never been, um, I will probably be too old, like my life will pass me by then. I'm 26 now. I've never had a consistent girlfriend except for like one. That's the ex I can't get over. We dated for years, off and on, mind you, and I'm 26. I just feel like when you put all my issues on a plate and then you look at it from an aerial view, it just looks pathetic and stupid. But honestly, these are my problems. Like, I have trauma, I have anxiety, I have depression, I have bipolar disorder. Apparently, I don't think I do. Maybe I do. Um, I'm dealing with people in my life just never appreciating me or caring about me or loving me. And I was born into a shell. I was born into an awful situation where my parent was emotionally neglectful and wouldn't speak to me and still doesn't speak to me. And then I had a different parent that was enabling of that behavior and downplayed what happened to me in regard of emotional abuse, and I just lived in that for years, and it soaked in my brain and became me. And I spent years unlearning that and learning to love and care about others. And it's just very hurtful because I spent years being in positions to feel as if my love was not enough, I wasn't enough. Um, every single love I feel like I've had was just karma and punishment for not being the perfect girlfriend in the past or the perfect friend. Now I'm dealing with health issues and bad karma and mental illness, and nobody's even like saying anything bad to me. Like, nobody's saying, Asia, you suck. They're just not saying, they're not here. And I'm like, I'm holding spaces in my life for people to get better and love me and be here for me. And I'm wasting my life doing that, and I don't want to lose them. I don't want to cut them off, but I'm looking at potential versus reality. Either I can waste my life waiting for a bunch of people to show up for me, or I can move on to new people and get hurt by them because I attract bad people because I'm empathetic and I have issues. So, yeah, that's where I'm at. And it hurts really bad because if you ever talk about being hurt, people are like, oh, so you're in a relationship. Oh, you're heartbroken. I'm like, people go through a lot of, people have miscarriages, stillborns, get fired unreasonably, financially struggle, the loss of a parent, um, they lose somebody to drugs that they love, and then they obsess over thinking that drugs meant more to them than you ever did, and your love couldn't save them. People go through trauma in different ways. Like, there's so many various different ways that people go through a trauma and experience bad things in their life. It's never, you can't get on the internet and assume people are sad over a relationship every single time. And I hate for people to think that. I'm sorry that you think that the only reason why I'm sad is because a woman didn't love me. I'm sorry that I didn't say it was because I have immense pain, I'm fighting insurance companies, I have court cases pending, I'm going through a lot of issues of isolation and avoidance by choice / not by choice. I had to cut off so many people in my family just to cope. I am dealing with financial issues. I'm dealing with loving people from afar and waiting for them to be able to love themselves enough to love me in many different realms. Many different realms. This camera's going crazy. It's a laptop camera. I'm outside. Wait. I probably look kind of awful. I probably look like something somebody would put on creepypasta, honestly. That's me talking insecurely about myself to make other people laugh because I assume other people think bad about me as well, so I try to fit in with them. But I just want people to understand that heartbreak. Oh my gosh. Oh, wait. Okay. Okay. I just want people to understand that I'm petting a dog. I just want people to understand that heartbreak looks way more intense than a heartbreak from a relationship. I'm dealing with so many different things. Oh my god. Let me not try to look like Elon Musk. I promise that's not what I was doing. I had my hand not straight out, and you can't do that to me, so nice try. But not doing okay. Not doing okay. And I'm not an alcoholic, and I'm not abusing alcohol in the ways you would assume. That's probably maybe be coming in my future. I'm not sure. This is me documenting my mental breakdown because I'm going through a lot and I can't cope. Um, I'm either in bed or I'm cooking or I'm working out or I'm doing something productive like schoolwork or doing some giant romantic gesture for a woman that I'm in love with. Uh, or not a new woman. I'm talking about the ex I can't get over, the one I just saw, which I don't have to prove anything to anyone. I just don't like for people to assume that a woman loves me or I moved on. But I'm going through a lot. I'm very distraught. I'm devastated. I'm having suicidal ideation. I have very, very toxic coping mechanisms that look like binge eating and binge starving. I'm not okay. It is July 18th. I'm trying my best. I looked lively in this video. I don't feel very lively. I'm dealing with a lot of issues I probably also did not mention. So, that's me, 26 years old, junior in college. That's my update. Sorry it's so long. Bye.